Good morning. Day 342. Cooking down the refrigerator, freezer, and working pantry meals. Well, it's going to be 46 today. It's very cloudy. It's supposed to be cloudy all day. It's supposed to be cloudy tomorrow. There's no rain in the forecast, but it sure is looking like some rain. But we'll see. It doesn't matter. I'm in my nice warm house, so I don't plan on going anywhere today, but you never know. Things come up, and since I don't really plan too much ahead, I just sort of go day to day. We'll see what happens. So it's my plan for December. We're almost at the end of November. Today's the 28th. And it's my plan not to go grocery shopping in December because I need some money for Christmas. So that's really the only place where I can save some money. So I have to see how much I can gather up before Christmas time. And I don't know yet what I'm going to do. I'll decide the beginning of December if I'm going to get a few small gifts and then give money, or if I'm just going to give money. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. I won't be starting my Christmas decorating for another week or so, maybe a little longer. We'll have to wait and see. I'm not planning on going crazy. I have a little tiny Christmas tree that I put on a stool to make it look a little taller, and it's a slim tree. And I keep it decorated, and I just put a big black plastic bag over it at the end of the Christmas season. And but you know, there's always things that fall off of it, so I have to sort of rearrange some things and check the lights, make sure they work. So, and then I put up garland, lit garland. And I like to decorate with lights around Christmas. Sometimes I do it all in white, sometimes I use the multicolor ones, and sometimes I use both together. I think that's probably my favorite combination. So we'll see how I do in December. The only thing that I'm thinking is I might buy a flash food box here and there for $5 if I need some produce, or I might buy some romaine lettuce, but other than that, I'm not doing any shopping hauls. I might, if I'm going to make some baskets, you might see me hauling some things from Dollar Tree just to fill them up. I'm not sure yet. I don't have a fast plan. But I do know I'm not going to do any other shopping because I have enough creamer, I have enough plant-based milk, I have enough bread, eggs I have plenty of. If I don't, my daughter will give me some, but for now I have plenty of eggs. My mother gave me half a 10-pound bag of Idaho potatoes, and they're huge. I mean, I could make a good 2 meals out of one potato, and I still have a few smaller potatoes left. So I think I'm going to cook those up today and make something to eat out of those. Maybe a potato salad and some fried potatoes. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, so that's my plan for December, rounding out the year, and I will go till the end of December. I've decided a year is a year of this cooking down. I'm not sure of exactly of the date, but I plan on finishing out since I'm not going to be doing much in the way of shopping anyway. And then after that, we'll see. So, okay, I'm going to enjoy my coffee, and then I we'll take you into the refrigerator and freezer and see what the meal plan is for today. All right, it's that time again to look in the fridge and see what the meal plan is for today. All right, well, I have an avocado that I put out. I'm going to have that, and I also had a couple of tomatoes that I cut up, and I added some of this green onion to it and some of this lemon juice I have in here. Salt and pepper, and I'm going to have some avocado toast for breakfast. So I need to get out the bread and start eating that up. Still plenty of bread left. And I also need to do something with these mushrooms. So I think for dinner I have this one thing of leftovers from Thanksgiving, and I want to eat that up. So I'm going to make a mushroom, excuse me, a mushroom gravy out of that. So those are all carbs in there: dressing, corn casserole, and mashed potatoes. So I need a gravy for that. So that'll be that, and I might have a salad with it. I'm not sure yet what vegetable I have, but what I'm thinking is I want to go into the freezer because I have to eat up some of those leftovers. Now I could have a sausage with it, or I could also have I have chicken, not chicken back there. I could have that with it, or I could have like a patty with it and make it sort of like a Salisbury steak kind of thing. So I think that's maybe what I'll do, but I need 2 hands to get that out. So I'll thaw one patty, and I think that's what I'll have for dinner tonight. So okay, not looking too bad in there, but we're going to carry on and keep cooking this down because my December plans are not to buy any groceries except maybe a flash food box, and maybe I won't even need that. All right, well, I will meet you at the stove. All right, I'm finishing up my morning coffee. Cheers. So I have some of my French bread here. I toasted it, and I made like a guacamole. And here I have the tomatoes, 2 of them, little ones that I cut up, and I put my green onions. I cut the tops off, and they're starting to regrow already. And so I put some of that in there, and then I'm just going to top this, and that's going to be my breakfast for today. And then I'm going to cook some mushrooms up for some mushroom gravy, and that's what's going to be my dinner. I have a Impossible Burger thawing over here, and I'll put some seasoning on there, and then that will be going with my leftovers. Because I want to get some of this stuff out of the fridge. It's looking like a hot mess in there. And that's counterproductive. It's not what I want to do. So, okay. Here is my breakfast for this morning. And I love this breakfast. Okay, well, I will be back in a little bit and I will make the mushroom gravy. Alright, well, I have these mushrooms. This is what I had left in this bag in the fridge. And if I left them in there long enough, some of these mushrooms are already starting to dehydrate, which is good. That's not a bad thing. So you can dehydrate mushrooms in your refrigerator in a bag. Now you don't want them all clumped together. You know, the more you're able to spread them out, the better off you are. So I've already dehydrated green onions in the refrigerator by just leaving them open in a bowl. I've done mushrooms in there. Of course, it takes quite a while, but you know, these are already getting fairly dry. So what I'm going to do with these today, because I want to make a mushroom gravy, I'm going to boil these in some water and make a mushroom broth out of them. And then out of that broth, I'm going to make a mushroom gravy. So that is the plan. All right, I'm going to get this all prepared and I'll be back. All right, well, here I have Better Than Bouillon mushroom base, and I also have Better Than Bouillon garlic base. And in here I just have some water. So I'm just going to heat this up and put probably a teaspoon of each in there. I don't know, I have to taste it, and add my mushrooms. And here I cooked 5 small potatoes that I had. And since my mom gave me the big huge Whopper potatoes, I want to use up these small ones. So I'm going to cube these up, stick them in a little bowl and put some salt on them just to flavor them a little bit. And then, I don't know, I may make potato salad out of all of them or just some of them and keep a couple for fried potatoes for breakfast. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to let these cook for a while until it's a nice rich broth, and then I'm going to use that broth to make gravy. Okay, so I microwave these potatoes and then I let them cool, but I find they're easier to peel if you peel them while they're still just a little bit warm. Once they get cold, like if you put them in the refrigerator with the skin on, they become more difficult to peel. You can leave the skin on, of course, if you want, but for my potato salad, I wanted to peel them. So those are going in the fridge, and I'm just waiting for this water to heat up. All right, well, I cut all my mushrooms in half so they'd be smaller. And I'm just going to add, I'm going to add less of the garlic than of the mushroom, but I do want a little bit of garlic taste. So I'm going to add, about that much of the garlic. And then I'm going to add quite a bit more of the mushroom bouillon. And I need to start using these up because I've had them for a while. So I'm going to put this much in and taste it. I can always add more water if it's too strong, or more bouillon, whichever. And I keep these in the fridge once I open them up. And these are getting really expensive, so we don't want to waste those. All right, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, that seemed to have been enough because it's going to boil down a little bit yet too. So now I'm going to add my mushrooms. And I found the best place to buy dried mushrooms is your local Chinese market. They have big packs of dried mushrooms. So, and I've gotten them there before. I haven't been there in a while because I have so many dried mushrooms. But that's where I've found the best price. So I'm going to add a little pepper to this too. And then I'm just going to let that cook. I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. And then I'm going to let it cool off, and then later I'm going to use the broth for the gravy. Give it a little cover, and I'll be back later. I'm sitting here in my chair answering all your comments, which I absolutely love and adore. I really do love talking to all of you and interacting with all of you. And I'm finding some very old comments, like from 2 weeks ago, or, you know, I like to try and at least answer comments every day or two. But I don't know, sometimes YouTube totally screws up, and you find these really old comments that people took the time to do, and they just weren't there. So if I didn't answer your comments, I apologize. I think I've got all the current ones now, but like I said, I'm finding comments from 2 weeks ago that I know weren't there 2 weeks ago. So anyway, I just wanted to update you on that, and I tell you how much I appreciate it when you do comment and when you interact with each other and you interact with me, and it's not that I'm ignoring you, because it really does mean a lot to me. All right, well, I went over my mom's and did laundry yesterday. I'm thinking Bob's a dud, so I'm thinking I need to make some more decisions here on what I'm going to do. But there's really no hurry right now because it's not like I don't have an alternate laundry washing plan. But I think I'm just going to wait till after the holidays and then I'll deal with it then. So, but anyway, I just wanted to let you know that I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and that you take the time to come daily and visit with me. That means so much to me, and I'm very appreciative. All right, I will be back with some other things. I don't know what. I'm going to go fold my laundry and hopefully put it away. All right, I'll be back. I'm making some dinner here. In here I have some a small onion that I cut thin, and I'm cooking that up just in some butter. I put some salt and pepper on there. And I want to make sort of like a Salisbury steak. So in here I have one Impossible Burger, couple tablespoons of oats, garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper. And I'm just going to mash that up because I don't want to have just a burger. I want to have some gravy with this. So this is what I'm going to do. So I also want to add a little bit of milk. I have plant-based milk. Add whatever milk you want, not too much. Maybe start off with a tablespoon or 2. You don't want it mushy, but you still want it to hold together. And then you want to let this sit for a little bit so the oats can absorb the moisture. And then you want to form this into some patties and fry it up in some butter. And this should make probably 2 patties, I would think. Or you can make one big one, it's up to you. bit more. And it's better to add a little bit of milk at a time rather than to add too much. I'm also going to add some complete seasoning. I picked this up at Dollar Tree. I think probably Walmart has it too. I'm not sure. Not too much because I already have salt and pepper in here. So today was a pretty cloudy day, but it was actually a nice relaxing day. I just did some laundry and paid some bills for next month. And those bills keep rolling in, don't they? So I'm just going to cook these onions until they're soft. And then I'm going to put those into my gravy that I'm going to make here in a few minutes. Just a touch more. So I probably put 3 or 4 tablespoons of milk in here. Now, Salisbury steak, when you make the gravy, also has a little bit of tomato paste in it. But I don't feel like opening a tomato paste, so I'm going to leave that out. Alright, so this looks like a good consistency to me. And I'm going to form that into some patties while my onions cook. And then I'm going to make the gravy. I already have that I cooked this morning. And that's it. So I'm just going to add my onions to that and thicken it. So it's going to make quite a bit of gravy, but that's good because I can use it for other things. So alright, I'll be back when I'm ready to cook up these patties. Okay, so this broth is cold, and I took about 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch here and put some of the cold broth in there so that I can dissolve the cornstarch. Now I'm going to add my onions to the broth, and there's mushrooms in there, so and I don't know if this is enough cornstarch. If not, I'll just make some more with some water. So I'm just going to put my onions in here with this and heat this broth up. And then when this is starting to bubble, I'll add my cornstarch. And also I have my leftovers here from Thanksgiving, mashed potatoes, corn casserole, and cornbread stuffing. So alright, I'm going to heat this up, add my cornstarch, make my gravy, and then I'm going to fry my 2 patties up. Now I could have made one big one, that would have been fine, but I decided on 2 smaller ones because this is a lot of food and I don't think I need a big huge patty on top of it. So okay, I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, my gravy, I could have used 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, but I have one of these gravy cubes left, and it's mushroom gravy, and I want to use those up. So I'm going to add that to this instead of more cornstarch, because this will thicken it up too. And then I'm going to go ahead and fry my, my steaks, my Salisbury steaks, and then dinner will be done. So this should thicken it up. I wanted a thick gravy, and I can already see it's thickening it up. Let that cook another minute or so, and then I'll put my steaks in the pan and cook those until they're browned. Looks like a really nice gravy. I always did like gravy, and even when I ate meat, I liked the gravy much better than the meat. So, no sense, don't need to go without just because you eat plants. There's plenty of adaptations you can do. So this is a great way to stretch either your vegan meats or your animal meats, is to add some oatmeal and some seasonings and make it into a Salisbury steak. You could even add breadcrumbs to it and make it into patties. Whatever you prefer. Alright, I'm going to let that cool off a little bit and add my patties to the pan. I'm going to add a little butter first so they don't stick. And then I'm just going to let those cook. And I hope they're not too soft. I think that'll do just nicely. So depending on how much appetite you have, you can make these patties as big as you want. Alright, I'm going to cook these up. I'm going to heat up my leftovers, and I'll be back once I get it all plated up. I just wanted to show you how nice these patties are. They're golden brown. I'm just going to give them a couple more minutes. Okay, well, here is my dinner, all piping hot. My Salisbury steak, gravy all over everything, potatoes, corn casserole, and stuffing. All right, let me give this Salisbury steak a taste. See if it's any good. Looks pretty good to me. Tastes pretty good too. Puppy. Hot. Sorry, really hot. All right. I'm going to eat my dinner. It's a good way to use up my leftovers. that I was getting kind of tired of. But with the gravy now, it seems like a new dish. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.